Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the world of Palo Alto CLI and its management IP setup. Why? Because every great firewall needs a solid foundation. Otherwise, it's like having a security guard without a phone. We'll break it down step by step, ensuring you can access your firewall safely and effectively. Stick around, and by the end, you'll be setting up management IPs like a pro. I'm Emma Grace, an IAM expert with 10+ years of hands-on experience designing and deploying identity solutions that scale. I specialize in helping organizations implement secure, user-friendly access controls that reduce risk, meet compliance, and support growth without adding complexity. Before we get hands-on, let's talk about the management interface, essentially the brain behind your firewall's operations. Think of it as the control panel that lets you tweak settings, monitor security, and even impress your colleagues with your networking prowess. Without it, managing a Palo Alto firewall would be like trying to steer a ship without a helm. All right, here's where things get real. Default settings. The firewall comes with an out-of-the-box IP and login that might as well be labeled Hack Me. Changing these is critical unless you want unwanted guests lurking in your network. So, let's take those default settings and turn them into something more secure. Now it's time to connect. Grab your console cable and fire up POO-TTY or your favorite terminal. This step is like knocking on the firewall's door. It's polite, necessary, and gets you inside. Once logged in, you'll have full command line access. No magic spells needed, just a bit of networking know-how. All right, folks, this is the moment of truth. Before hitting that commit button, double-check everything, because nothing says oops like rolling back a bad config. Use the right commands, keep an eye on those system logs, and always test post-commit. Think of it like baking. You wouldn't put the cake in the oven without making sure the batter is mixed, right? Your management IP is like your backstage pass. It lets you access the system for tweaks and fixes. So, verify that it's set up correctly, run basic tests, and ensure firewall rules aren't blocking you. And of course, after a reboot, it should still be there. Because disappearing IPs are like ghosts, spooky and frustrating. The web GUI is your control panel, but only if you can actually log in. Use the right URL, check your login details, and make sure your browser isn't being picky. If you're locked out due to permissions, well, it's like being invited to a party and then realizing you're not on the guest list. Let's avoid that. Connectivity issues, the ultimate headache. First, check the cables, because sometimes the answer is embarrassingly simple. Then dive into the settings, review logs for clues, and use diagnostic tools like ping and traceroute. Think of yourself as a detective solving a network mystery. Management IPs should be rock solid. No surprises after reboot. Stick to static IPs, restrict who can access it, and keep things secure. Regular updates. Think of them as health checkups for your system. You wouldn't want your network catching a cold, would you? Security is no joke. Shut down unused services, lock access behind strong authentication, and keep an eye on logs like a hawk. Patching is key, because an outdated system is basically an open invitation to troublemakers. The CLI is like the Swiss Army knife of management. Use it for quick fixes, efficient verification, and automating those tedious tasks. Once you get the hang of it, you'll feel like a command line wizard. That's a wrap. We've covered everything from configuration to security and troubleshooting. Remember, verifying settings is your insurance policy against unexpected disasters. Keep learning, keep improving, and most importantly, don't let your firewall run wild. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.